Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You see I'm testing some stuff out here. Gonna have some really cool footage here when it comes back, when we do another Quest for 5. Today I want to talk about something that I've been doing some research on. I'd say 2 weeks into the new software update. And I wanted to test if color limit did anything. Whether or not it was still relevant with this new update. And I think there's two things I'm going to change. I'm going to do two different parts to this. I'm going to do a color limit and a color gain. And I'm changing some of my baseline adjustments based on this. After doing some pretty good testing, and I'm talking about, I'm going to show it to you in this video. I think I've adjusted to the point, I think I'm going away from color limit. Whereas I had color limit in when the original 26 came out, 26.1, and then 26.2. With 27, I've turned it completely off now. And I have found that from 0 to 50, it didn't really do much anyway. That was a dragonfly, and you told me a flyby. And so I got to really test it and found out it's not doing as much as I thought I was. It's actually starting to hurt my picture a little bit. So I did some testing, and I found out that by moving the color limit to 0, man, it made it pop. And then when you see the color gain, kind of changed my thought process on that a little bit too. And I'm okay. I don't mind saying I have changed my mind. I had a few people, you change back and forth. No, I do the research and I do the testing and I spend hours. There are times that I don't fish for 2 hours because I'm up here messing and tinkering with things to try to get you guys the best settings possible. Now, if you're happy with your settings, don't go. Or remember those settings, write them down, and try these. But I'm here to tell you, I've done the research. I wouldn't put it out there unless the research has been done and I feel like I'm good behind it. So let's get into this one. This is the color limit one, and tomorrow we're going to get into color gain. Let's do this. All right, guys, let's get straight into this. These findings are going to be pretty interesting, and yes, I'm going to change my thought process on this, but it happens on every update. Every update, the settings are a little bit different, and you have to dial in and find them. So notice as I dropped from 40 to 0 on color limit, nothing changed. Nothing happened to the screen. It looked almost identical, and I was like, wow. So maybe I've been missing something, but boy, you're going to really see it in a few moments. But first, let's get into this. Throw the bait out there, come in about 45 foot, pretty much seeing it splash down there. I'm reeling it, and it kind of fades in and out, but that's me actually turning the Livescope, the live scanner back and forth, trying to get it just perfectly in the picture. Beautiful image here. Looks great. No dead zones. Perfect. Now, let's jack the color limit up to 50%. I want to make a note here, 68 gain, 80% color gain. Now, I jacked it up to 50, and you'll notice the bottom got a little bit wider. The colors got a little bit wider, but the screen still looks almost identical. So what you lose is you lose the intensity of the colors as they become more black and white. But not a huge change. Let's note it's not a huge change. So now we're going to jack it up to 100%. And here we go. Might as well just call this Mega Live. That's what that looks like. It looks like crap. 68 gain, which is a great number. Can't see nothing, man. I mean, I literally had trouble finding my bait when it's coming. I had trouble finding it. I mean, I was jacking around, and I mean, you see it popping in and out here. It's filtering out so much of the colors and pretty much turning it to black and white. I understand that's not black and white, but it's pretty much it takes away all the high intensities, all the low intensities, and it's just giving that it's just giving that almost that white appearance. But what I did now is I'm going to drop the color limit back down to 0, but I've jacked up the gain to 80. Now this is where you can really tell what color limit does, and this is why I say that I'm really getting away from it. All right, so this is 0 color limit, 80 gain. Another lesson here: just because you can jack it up in gain does not mean an increase in the picture. The picture doesn't get better just because you can see more. There's a fine line, and I think I found it. That looks horrible. That's too much gain, and Okay, well, so I tried to mess with the little noise control there, and nothing really changed. So I went back to the appearance, and I'm going to jack that color limit up to 50. And now notice, do you see the intensities? It took the low intensities out, and now at 50% color limit, 80% gain, it's got a lot of that hummingbird look to it. But look and notice how messy the screen is. Yes, the bait pops. It's doing okay. But this is achievable at 68 gain with a much clearer picture. So, more gain isn't always better. And I'm noticing color limit has, I think it's having the opposite effect now that it did on the last deal. So I'm going to put it up to 100%. This is 80% gain, 100% color limit. And I still had trouble finding my bait. I mean, it's very, very hard to find. I don't even know why you would ever use this. It doesn't look good. Yeah, you can see the bait there flickering in and out. Man, I don't know. It looks bad. And when you get to about 30 feet there, you can start to see a little better. But it's hard to see it. It's filtering out so much. So I'm going to go back to my number, which is 68 gain, one more time. And then I'm going to drop that color limit down to 0 and show it to you again. And just show you that as we go, as you notice as you're going down, just the brilliance of the colors comes back. And then that's why I say, you know what, that right now for me, 68% gain, 0 color limit. I'm going to tell you what, I believe that's pretty money. Look at that. That's a beautiful picture. That right there is showing up as well as it did on 80% gain, but without all the noise in the water. So guys, what do you think? I did a 0 color limit, a 50 color limit, and 100. I know 40 has been my number for a while, but that was on that last, so we got to adjust a little bit. Decently clear water, but I am learning with this software system, this software update of 27.1, 27.2, whatever you want to call it, and 20.1, I believe, with Echo Maps, that the settings, like I used to be when I was in the 23, 24, and 25, you set it, you forget it, you go fishing. And I'm finding that to be true in this one. And I am telling you right now, my color limit is going to 0. Now, you get a little bit more fuzz, but picking up the bait in further detail. Now you may want to try this. This is in deeper water. It's 12, 13 foot of water that I did this testing. I haven't done the test in shallow water. This is mid-depth water, mid-depth color limit test water. But guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Tell me what you think below about the videos. What are you seeing? Have you done this testing also, or what are your findings on this? Man, these dragonflies they coming by like freaking bombers, man. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and ring that bell.